Hi yogis. So now that you know what to take with you for a yoga practice, comfortable clothes, a yoga mat, a couple of blocks, and a pillow, where do we begin? How do I sit and how do we breathe? Everybody talks about breathing and comfortable seat. Sukhasana is called easy pose, which is not easy for all people at all the times, but I will introduce it to you so that you know what that sort of typical comfortable seat that you're working towards looks like. You take the ankle, I'll mirror image you so it'll look like we're doing the same side. Fold your right foot in, bring your ankle bone to line up with the middle of your body. Hold your foot so it kind of turns to face up to the ceiling. And then you take your other foot and you do the same thing. You kind of rotate the foot so it's turned up towards the ceiling. You set the ankle bones to line up next to each other. So the heel is turned up and the knee falls open to the side. If you have very flexible hips, this will be accessible to you. If you're like most people and you don't, then you start with any comfortable cross-legged position. Actually, what you start with, if you have tight hips, start by sitting on something. Elevate your seat so that you get a little height. If one pillow isn't enough, look what happens as you sit. That elevates a little bit. As we elevate further, without sitting fully on the block, sit on the edge of the block so you feel kind of like you're falling off, but your knees will lower. If that doesn't feel good, but you still want to try cross-legged, set the blocks beneath your thighs, as much as your thighs are willing to open, and then let the blocks support your thighs at that stage. You can also set your feet into a diamond shape, let them be a little further away from you. You can set the blocks beneath your knees for more support. It's a yoga practice, not a yoga perfect. So we start where we are, and we never get there. The joy is in the journey. So allow yourself to start your yoga practice with a sense of acceptance that my body is where it is, and with practice, it will find more space. With softness, it will find more space. Think about when you try to force your body into something. If you tense, let's just cross. If you try to force your arms crossed, there's much more resistance than if you try it again with really soft arms. And see if you don't maybe find just a little more space. So it's hard in yoga because we want to get there, but there is no actual there. There is no destination. There will always be one more thing you can do to take it deeper. So allow yourself to be, when you roll out your mat, it's like coming home. It's your safe place. It's your sacred space that is just for you. So allow this to be a space that you practice kindness, gentle, soft, compassion for and with yourself. What we practice here on our mat is what we try to take with us off our mat and into our days. Sense? Okay, so that's sitting. That's also probably the most important lesson in yoga, is to soften, to meet yourself where you're at, and to allow that to be okay. Breath is the other thing that's very important. So a couple of things to say about breath. The first is breathe in through the nose, and when we breathe out the mouth, you release energy. You release air and excess energy. You will often hear us inviting you to breathe in and out through the nose. Breathing in and out through the nose cycles the prana. Prana is our vital life force. It's that which gives us life. Breath is kind of the access to it, but it's the energy, the movement, the flow that lives within us. And so when we breathe in and out through our nose, we're cycling that prana, that energy throughout and within our psyche, our body, and our system. So that's why we try to cultivate a breath in and out through the nose throughout our practice. Sometimes if you have pent up or built up, if you're working very hard, if you have an emotional release, if you're tired, if you're agitated, if you have energy to get rid of, breathe out your mouth. Otherwise, try to breathe in and out through your nose. So let's try it together. Find a comfortable seat sitting on your pillow, your block, or whatever is comfortable for you. Sit up nice and tall. This is another part of yoga, is getting into our posture. And notice if you're actually arching your back. Typically when we first start, we tend to think that this is straight. It's puffing out the chest. Relax the chest. In fact, lean back a little bit. Let the shoulders drop and relax. Drop your chin so that the crown of your head lifts to the sky. Allow your shoulders to relax. Allow your eyes to close and just take a few effortless breaths here without any effort, without any, just observing, no changes. And then start to deepen your breath. As you inhale, fill your belly and then your chest. And fill up right up to the crown of your head. Feel full. And then open your mouth. Exhale, slow with control. Again, breathe in your nose. Fill up full, full, full. Expand your belly, your chest, your throat, right up to the crown of your head. And then open your mouth and slowly with control though. Again, breathe in your nose. Keep your spine tall, your shoulders back as you breathe out your mouth. Slowly, slowly, with the end of the exhale, your belly is pressing into your spine. Squeeze out the old stale air. Okay? Good. Slowly opening your eyes. Now, another nice way to practice this is by lying down. Lie down on your back. Straighten out your legs. Place your right hand on your belly and your left hand on your chest. So this is the three-part breath. As you inhale, your belly rises and presses up into your right hand. And then your chest rises up into your left hand. And then you fill up through your throat and the crown of your head. As you exhale, we go in the opposite direction. And your heart falls away from your hand. And your belly falls away from your hand. Let's try a few breaths like that. We're still breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth. So inhale, belly rises, presses into your hand. Chest lifts, presses into your hand. Fill up full, full, full. Pause. Slow exhale, chest falls away. And then belly falls away. Let's take 3 more breaths like that. Let your eyes close and be really relaxed here. Breathing in. And breathing out. And don't worry if it's not making sense just yet. Breathing in. And breathing out. One more. And now let's try 3 rounds with our mouth closed.
And if you have time, stay here. Keep breathing. Stay as long as you can. Practicing this breath. And I will see you next time on the mat.